Calling you a radical, Joe Morgan. When you can mention a second baseman in the same breath as Jackie Robinson and Roger Hornsby, he's the greatest second baseman that ever lived. He's one of the top 20 players that ever lived. I mean, let's talk about this. You know, I coached for years. I used to talk about clutch hitting. You know, do you know right now this year, the second lowest batting average is since, we haven't had a batting average this low since 1968. Bob Gibson, they had to lower the mound down. But yet, it's home run derby. There's no stolen bases. He was 5'7". The dude could steal bases. Do you think he was the fastest? No, he's the smartest. What a mind. What a player. One season, 60 stolen bases. On base percentage, I think, was 440 something. Slugging percentage off the hook. Gold Glove. World Series MVP. That's Ty Cobb shit. 1950. Sports Writers of America. AP. Who's the greatest baseball player of the first half of that century? Gotta be Babe Ruth. Oh no. Ty Cobb. It's just like when Sports Illustrated, the greatest athlete of the century. Michael Jordan isn't even the greatest basketball player. That'd be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Russell. You know, he's right there with them, but greatest athlete, that'd be, that's Jim Thorpe. So, maybe one of the greatest baseball mind of our generation. I mean, you think about the likes of Sparky Anderson, Earl Weaver, the intelligence, the art of the game. It's just home run derby now. Like I said, I tell my kids all the time, the greatest hit that Joe Morgan ever had, one of the greatest clutch hits in the history of the sport, was Will Blooper for second base. If you don't believe me, you go ask them 1975 Red Sox fans. World Series MVP, 60 stolen bases, Gold Glove, on-base percentage of 440 something in the same fucking year. Nobody can do that. That's Ty Cobb shit. How do you get on base 440? Discipline at the plate. Oh, you had it. There's that blooper. There's it. There's the 75. Nice. Got a piece, stay alive. Oh, tough as nails. Huh. That one's out of here. He had home runs. He hit home runs. He hit a lot more doubles. He turned them into a double. Oh, no. Nice, Kev. '75 Reds, the greatest team in baseball history. You could argue those Yankees in the day, 20s and 30s. They could be. Greatest player on the greatest team? Joe Morgan. What about him in the booth? What in mind? The art of the stolen base? No, I mean, he wasn't the fastest. 5'7". He was fucking shorter than me. Of course, not now, it's wrong, but fuck that player. I love that guy. Stay alive. He knew how to get on base, boy. Come on. I tell my kids all the time, the greatest on-base percentages in history are in the 400s. That's with walks. Come on. 3 for 4 in a night. One great night, right? There we go. Off the wall. Knock them fucking Dodgers out of the fucking playoffs. I thought Lasorda was going to have a heart attack that fucking day. The old man fucking stuck it to him. What a fucking player. by the numbers, by the wins, back-to-back World Series MVPs, hitting titles, Golden Gloves, stolen fucking bases. One player, 5'7". End of an era, huh? He faced Bob Gibson. We're going to get one of those sunsets tonight. It's on the edge of the Great Salt Lake. Where are the migratory birds? This is October. I grew up here. The sky would just be black and littered with them right now, my whole life. Ducks and geese. In the mornings, geese wake you up. Not anymore. What have we done? What have we done? 1975, when Joe Morgan was the king. Joe Morgan made less than 3 times the average working class American. Now they're billionaire baseball players. Let's hit the dairy one time for him. Well, that's fucking... That dude got more tipples. $1975 again. The average athlete, and athletes were king. Bart Starr taught school in the off-season to make ends meet. Billionaire royalty. I'd go to them Dodgers games when I was a kid. Under 12, it was free. I remember going to Candlestick. Under 12 was free. Never got to go to the old Three Rivers. What a fucking team. The Big Red Machine. What a fucking player. What a time. What an era. What a mind. Now look at him in Ohio. I went back to my city, and my city was gone. Greatest baseball player there ever was? Ty Cobb by a million times. Oh, they fucking... It's all lies, what they did to him. You do know that's all lies. Not Babe Ruth. It's Ty Cobb. Babe Ruth, the most famous. The greatest baseball player... post Cobb and Ruth. Let's go back to maybe 60s, you know. Whitey Ford just died, speaking of that. Sandy Koufax, all them great Yankees, Mickey Mantle. Is the greatest player in the last 50 years Joe Morgan? You could make a case for it. Again, 60 stolen bases with a Gold Glove. Led the league in on-base percentage in the 400s, which is unheard of. World Series MVP the same fucking year. Oh. And I don't know if you ever listened to him. I used to love to listen to his mind. Fuck, he was a genius. He was a baseball fucking genius. I'm like, why is he not managing somebody? You know? I used to love him as the color guy. And the thing is, he had grace about it too, and charm about it. I mean, he was never a dick or an asshole like these analysts are now, arrogant. He was the opposite of arrogance. That's why people don't realize how great he was. It's kind of like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's why people don't realize how great he is, because he's so humble. Greatest basketball player? He's the GOAT. Oh, yeah. Joe Morgan. He's not the greatest of all time, but he's way up there. Greatest of all time would be Ty Cobb. Maybe Shoeless Joe Jackson, huh? How good was he? Look what they did to him. Now they all fucking cheat. Hate to see you go. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so, Joe, on chemo. Say it ain't so, Joe, on BALCO. What's BALCO? All of them BALCO freaks. By the way, Barry Bonds, he didn't go on BALCO till the rest of them did. He's like, oh yeah? McGuire and these punks want to hit fucking all these home runs? Watch me do it. You know, nobody was on base percentage like Joe Morgan until Barry came along. Fuck, think about, I was in San Francisco in those days. I gotta watch Bonds do it. Oh my God, what a guy tonight, huh? He's like, oh yeah, fuckers, you want to cheat? Watch me. Watch me. Fuck, either walk or hit a home run. And he broke Ted Williams' fucking on-base fucking percentage. By the way, there you go. There's another one. How about the great Tony Gwynn? Hey, 19. Baseball strike at 94. Those fuckers. Those fuckers. Tony Gwynn. Ted Williams. Ty Cobb. Oh, he's like Rod Carew. Those days. Of course, his teammate, huh? P. Rose. Joe Morgan. One more time. The sunset of his life. What are we gonna hit? Hope it's still blowing. The G.O.A.T of an era. Oh yeah. Remember that smile he always had? It's important for you young hitters. I've been talking to my grandsons are great players. They can hit left, right. I work them out here. I have field out here. I'm like, no, it's not about home run hitting. It's about thinking. It's about clutch hitting. It's clutch hitting. You gotta have a glove. You gotta have an arm. You gotta have a brain. You gotta have a mind. You got all that. It's clutch hitting. Probably the greatest fucking clutch hit our era was a little blooper over second base. Now look at it. Home run softball derby. Stay tuned.